months in this program, the past few months. It is our deepest hope that you've been able to absorb a very holistic learning experience, that you'll be able to implement and apply this in all of the social impact and advocacy projects that you do in the future. So I guess like based on our company's mission, so far we have been able to reach out to over 4,500 individuals through our programs. We have helped scale and created almost 200 impact projects in Malaysia and Southeast Asia region. And through our program funders, such as APCEIU and UNESCO, we have been able to provide over 1.2 million ringgit in seed funding for youth organizations, NGOs, social enterprises, SMEs, and such for their social and environmental change projects. So through our current partnership in this program with APCEIU, we are very humbled to be able to add on to these numbers. I know that they can sound a bit small, but we all believe that they are definitely impactful in the long run, because we believe that our ability to help such organizations or such individuals grow their environmental and social impacts is very crucial in achieving that collective change to build a more sustainable future for all. So I think Jay mentioned this also just now. It is actually our second installation in hosting the UNESCO-APCEIU 8 Changemakers Forum. We are super proud to once again be able to work with like-minded partners who believe in the importance of growing the potential of youth in enabling positive change. And really, you guys are helping to speed up the progress towards a more inclusive, sustainable social change, social future. So I won't take up too much time here. I'm sure we're all eager to hear the progress and achievements of the 15 projects that have been carried out by our participants. As a closing, I just want to say once again, congratulations to all of you for completing the program, for completing your projects, and that you are really embracing your roles as change makers, as future leaders, to bring about a more positive future. It's really from the deepest of my heart that I hope you continue to embrace this role and take on this responsibility for the greater good of us all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ju, for sharing that. Yeah, if you want to know more and you want to hit up on any of us, I think most of us, we try to be active on LinkedIn, so you can search us there as well. Mine is under J Bala. I'll share that later during the sharing session. Maybe Ju, if you want to also share your LinkedIn links as well. Anybody else also get connected, please feel free to reach out to us. All right. So that is a quick word from Ju as well. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to carry on forward. Just to introduce a few of our special superstars as well in our team. We have Mala, who is one of our mentors, and also she's a trainer as well. So I think some of y'all went through her session. Later on, she'll be moderating the session as well. I can see her camera on, so you'll hear from her after this. We also have Ankita in presence today. She's also one of our mentors and also involved in the program instructional design, so designing the content for the program, right? So that is some of our superstars that you can see here today. We'd like to thank you all for your amazing work. Maybe you want to say one word to your mentees. I'll go first, maybe. Wow, I put myself on the spotlight. So yeah, guys, was amazing, right? Really learned a lot. Loved the ideas. I know there was a lot of things that we had to like overcome in the way that we had to, especially with time and delivery. I know we can be chasing, but no matter what, whatever you all said to do, I think I always like was the one I think like skeptical, like, yeah, let's aim lower, but you guys were always aiming higher. So you all really pushed me to believe like, wow, the things that you can do is way beyond expectations. So thank you so much for making it easy as well for us and for me. And whatever it is, we are friends for life. So good luck on that journey and know that I'm here always for y'all. All right? Your alumni is for life with us. All right, now maybe I'll get Ankita to share a bit, please.
I guess for me, I just wanted to say thank you so much to the mentees that I've worked with. It's been such an incredible and honored to be working with such passionate people. I think that you guys have done so amazing in the 3 months of the mentorship, and all your initiatives are so great. And I'm sure that with time it'll grow even bigger. So thank you so much. I hope to continue to support your initiatives. And yeah, like Jay said, let's keep in touch. And yeah, thank you so much once again.
And can we have Mala, please?
Yes. I don't even know where to start. And Jay already said to be short. So yeah, I'm so inspired by all your work. I wanna personally thank Alucin, Lindsay, OPME, Naji, Gabriel. Thank you so much for inspiring me in the process, because all those like solutions you guys came up with was so inspiring, and it's so great to see that you guys executing all your ideas from the first session until now. And you know, things that you guys were starting up with just like a doubt, and you accomplished so much in such a short time. So I'm really looking forward for like greater achievements, not only from these 5 teams, but from everyone else as well, to see what you guys are have in store in the next couple of months or years ahead. So thank you so much.
All right, that is from our wonderful mentors. Thank you as well for joining us on this journey. Now we're going to go on to the main highlight, right? So 20 minutes into the program, what we're going to do is we're going to have now a presentation, all right? So everybody here has already made a video that we're going to play. So you're going to listen to their videos on their impact journey. And then we'll end with a quick question. So I've got some questions lined up already. I'll ask them one question each. Then we'll go to the next video. And you will see this is kind of the breakdown of the groups that we have. We have 4 teams. Each team has about 3 to 4 people. So they have GCED training. That's a big focus. Adolescent GCED training. That's another focus area. Then there's youth empowerment. Youth and women empowerment, sorry. And lastly, advocates. So advocates have got a few random different topics that they are looking to advocate about. So this is the theme and the idea that we are focusing the topic for this time around. So I hope those of you who are going to be presenting, please get ready. We are going to be starting. So what I'll do is I'm just going to share with you. This is the lineup that we have. First will be Claire Mom, Stanley, and Tion. Then we'll move on to the next 4, followed by adolescent GCD training and the advocates team. So what I'll do is I'll be moderating the first session. Second, I'll be introducing Mala to come in. So let me just stop my sharing for a moment for us to kick things off. Cool. And my team will share the first video by Claire Mom. OJU Girls Community Theatre as a tool in reducing female genital mutilation practices.
Hi there, my name is Claire Mom, and I'm a grantee of the ATIP Leadership Workshop by APCEIU UNESCO. My project was centered on using community theatre as a tool in ending female genital mutilation in my community. I traveled to Oju local government of Benue State, where I spoke with real-life survivors of FGM, the practitioners, and the community heads. They were not only able to act a drama where they saw the harmful actions of their ways through their own eyes, but they also proposed a way forward in ending FGM in their community. It gladdened my heart so much.
After 2015, there are still people who practice it discreetly in the villages. I feel teams should be set up for the arrest of those people, including parents that take their children into the hands of these people to mutilate them.
It's a message that will carry on to our own villages, rural places, to let them know that genital mutilation is prohibited. We will not continue with that again.
There should be a loss with a punishment attached to it for people that still insist on practicing it.
I'm so glad to be a part of this workshop because I was able to, learn how people are connected through diverse ways. It's enhanced my respect for human rights and, of course, made me a better person. work-wise, career-wise, and personally. I'm so glad to be a part of this workshop, and I thank APCEIU UNESCO for the opportunity. It indeed was life-changing.
Ooh, there's a big topic. Very nice video. Very well done. Storytelling wise, I think there's something interesting to see. Maybe you can share in terms of the things that you learned from this program. So I got one question here, kind of a mixed question that I'm putting it up. The impact that you're doing, how do you measure this impact or success at the end of the day? What would you say, when you run these kind of programs? We can talk a little bit about that as well. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Jay, for the question. And first of all, I want to thank, APCEIU, UNESCO for the opportunity to be able to, carry out this kind of project in my community. Now, in terms of how I was able to, measure the impacts of, the project and the success, before the drama was carried out, I was able to engage with the community leaders, with FGM victims and, other practitioners who believed rather that FGM was supposed to be, their way of life or, a valid health practice. But after the drama and after sessions of the sessions we had after the drama, where I was able to enlighten them with other partners that were there rather. At the end of the day, there was a remarkable increase. In fact, all of them, there was a remarkable increase in the people that saw that FGM was harmful. As you saw in the video, we had a community leader who said he thought that it was good for them. They lost a lot of their women to FGM, FGM complications after birth, and they did not know why. But because they have been enlightened now, they know that this is not good for them, and of course they will be able to change their methods. Right now, I'm in touch with some of the community leaders, the practitioners, and other people in the village who get back to me from time to time. I'm checking in on them to see if they may slip back into their own ways. How culture is, but so far so good. They are keeping their heads up high and saying, no, we're ending FGM and we're protecting our young girls and women.
Wow. It's so nice to hear the advocates coming out, you're changing the minds and lives. And yeah, exactly. You can't just do it and leave, these kind of things is a long-term game. You need to change a whole generation and a whole cultural idea about it as well. I see there's some questions on the chat. I'm not going to answer them because it's got 2 or 3 already. So maybe we can do is you can answer them on the chat and we're going to go to the next video. All right?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Claire. We'll see whether we'll have time.
Thank you so much.
Have a group question later on. Next up, we're going to go to our next video. My team will be queuing that. We have Stanley, who's from Young Girls Empowerment, supporting women's ability to decide for themselves to participate in public life.
C'est pas propriété biologique ou bien caractéristique biologique qui fait que vous allez subir violence ou pas. C'est façon moun qui dans environnement ou moun qui gen pouvoir yo comprendre non seulement corps mais toute caractéristique biologique ça qui marche avec des appropriations, des constructions, des valeurs dans la société. C'est dur pour une victime, là que les victimes d'un agresseur sexuel ou bien une violence quelconque, et puis il n'y a pas pour elle.
L'agression n'est pas souvent des étrangers. L'agression est pour nous, comme nos amis, comme maman, comme papa. Donc là, ça nous parle de violence domestique.
Malheureusement, la réalité a montré que c'est un espace qui est réputé comme des espaces protecteurs, c'est là que nous le protège.
C'est sur les armes que nous sommes capables
utiliser une violence qui est basée sur le genre. Renforcement des capacités des filles et des femmes. Moi, je voulais, pour formation, ça, pour nous commencer à changer le comportement. Parce que souvent, nous entendons des bagages, nous répétons, nous discutons, nous faisons des débats sur eux, mais nous ne pas appliquer dans la vie nous-mêmes. Stanley, c'est leader la prime. L'objectif là, c'est créer leader. Young Girls Empowerment.
All right, Stanley, very nice. I really enjoyed to see, like, it wasn't just one gender in the room. It was, you had even the boys and the girls, everybody in the same room discussing things, especially when it comes to gender. I think my journey honestly started when I was 17 and I joined a program where we talked about gender. And imagine 17 talking about gender equality, like you have to start young sometimes. Then only in 5-10 years, you can see like people want to bring change and about all these things. So maybe my question to you is like, how did you end up starting on this journey? Why did you pick this topic? Like, what drove you in that area?
Well, thank you, Jay, and hi everyone. This is Stanley from IT. This is an excellent question, and I can say that my journey with gender started when I was a child, I was raised in a slum where I was aware of gender-based violence, where partners are being violated, the women partners. And my mom died out of gender IPV, intimate intimate violence partner. And that's why I think that motivated me to work on gender issues, because I know that many girls from my community are being violated by their partner. And I wanted to stop that. And I wanted to do something about it, because we know young people are the key change to most of the problems that are in societies. And I wanted to be part of that change. I wanted to do something about it. And the FU Workshop Leadership on GCED has allowed me to execute that project that I had in mind, so that I could empower young girls from my community, because empowering young women is essential to the social, economic development of any society, if I can say it at a high level. Thank you.
Well said. Couldn't have said it any better. Thank you so much for being that champion. And, hopefully the lives that you have touched this time and you've trained, you won't say it now, I bet, but just wait, in a couple of years, it trickles down. So, and you never know, it might blow up even bigger in the future as well. Thank you so much, Stanley, for sharing that. I could go on talking with you as well. So we'll go on to the next questions. If you see any questions addressed to you or not addressed, you can also type it on the chat or answer them as well. All right. Next up, we have Tion from Aura Initiative, facilitating discussions about the community interventions to support adolescents and youth. We'll just gonna play the video. 1 second.
My name is Theonest Titakambire. I am from Rwanda. I am one of the among participants who received the grant from APCEIU UNESCO. So I would like to express my gratitude to you that your grant helped more than 400 adolescents and youth from Biji-Biji district. So I created the initiative called the Open Read and Act Initiative, respond to global citizenship education and the sexual and reproductive health, focusing on the prevention of teenage pregnancy. So from the beginning of Open Read and Act Initiative, we did different consulting, meeting, kick-off meeting for starting the program. We provide a comprehensive sexual education in school. We worked with school which has high teenage pregnancy in Bugesera district called Groupe Scolaire Nkanga. We selected 30 students, including boys and girls. The second activity is a small group intervention. We went in the community, we selected the adolescent and the youth, 60 adolescents. Those adolescents are educated into small group intervention, and they are receiving the education about global citizenship education and the sexual and reproductive health. The third one is interpersonal communication. We went in the community in Bugesera, Alweru Taxi Park, and near the market. So we provided a community radio. We had a nice discussion with adolescents discussing on how adolescents can be a global citizen leader. The fourth activity was a provision of training on global citizenship education and the adolescent sexual reproductive health. We selected the 5 peer educators. Those peer educators are able to help their peers in the community. The impact of my project within 3 months. The project has reached more than 400 adolescents and youth. They are aware about prevention of teenage pregnancy and have improved the knowledge on sexual and reproductive health. The adolescent has improved the knowledge on global citizenship education. All 4 activities were done. The Open Read and Act initiative is in the process of becoming registered NGO. The Open Read and Act initiative received another grant that helps us to implement until July 2023. We need more funds so that we can reach everyone and all marginalized adolescents and youth. We would like to say thank you for your support and thank you for the mentorship that you provided for Open Read and Act initiative in Rwanda.
Wow. So if you see the numbers that he achieved, like 400 students, I think more than 4 or 5 activities conducted in that short span of time. Radio, we were talking also, he had like an open radio session. This kind of old media is still good media. Sometimes the target audience you want to try and reach might not be on the normal channel. So you got to understand and go down, see what is needed. So very nice to hear from you and your video, Tion. My question to you is, let me see. So my question is, what was your first impression did you have before executing this program? So before doing this journey, what was your impression? And maybe you can share after that, what was your learning as well? Let's see if Tion is able to join us. He did mention that he did have some internet issues. So Tion, your question is, what do you think you learned along the way, but also your impression of this before you joined? How did you think the situation was? After that, what do you think it is? We'll see whether you're able to unmute. If not, don't worry. You can even type your answer on the chat. We'll see whether that's possible for you to unmute. Okay, no worry. Tion, thanks for that sharing. Thanks for the video. That's why we have videos. Because imagine if we didn't have the video, we couldn't see what you did. So that's great that we got to at least watch that. Maybe you can post your answer on the chat, right? Cool. And if we have time, maybe in the end, we can also think back or reflect again with you after this. So now we are first team done. Wonderful. If you saw something you like, you can also reach out to the teams in their respective countries or search them. They might be able to share their links as well. So go look them up. All right. Now I'm going to pass the floor to Mala, who is our moderator for the next session. And let's have her on stage.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, so my name is Mala. Hi. Nice to see all of you turning on your cameras and then also on Facebook as well. So that's great. I would like to just introduce the next session. If I could have the slides. Yeah, if I could have. All right, great. So basically, I have 4 candidates here. We will be starting with the first one. This is more to like GCED training. So I personally had the liberty to mentor all 4 of them. So it's just really nice to see their growth, what they've achieved. Even reading through their final report is just so amazing, all of the numbers. So we have Allison Carbo, which is under the Minnesota project. Basically, the main aim is to bridge the gap of accessing GCED and creating access for the local community. So we will be sharing his short video, and after that, we will just dive into a bit more questions for Allison as well.
Hi, I am Alusan Kagbo from Sierra Leone, and I want to take you through my project titled Minnesota. Minnesota is a project that is banked upon the fact that Sierra Leone as a country is faced with numerous challenges such as high illiteracy rate, low access to internet facility, limited access to electronic devices, and low awareness about online courses and opportunities, all of which are served as a barrier deterring people from having access to GCED and global citizenship as a whole. Therefore, this project seeks to bridge this gap of challenges by creating a smooth platform wherein everyone, regardless of who you are, could have access to GCED and to also know what global citizenship is all about. As such, we engage in 3 days training for college students, wherein we train college students on how to access GCED online courses, also how they could apply for GCED programs and what they need to know as global citizens and the need to act. Now, we further engage youth groups who are not actually educated in a platform that they could better understand about GCED in order to not to left out the uneducated youth. Moving forward, we also realize that the disabled are part of our society and thus need not to be left out in terms of global citizenship. Therefore, we conducted 3 days training for blind students and also 3 days training for students who are hearing impaired, on wherein we organize messages into special need education so as to fit in best in a way this disabled can understand about GCED. We also deem it fit that we should spread awareness on GCED beyond this set of people. So we engage in radio discussions, social media campaigns, printing of flyers, and one-on-one engagement with youth, all of which was geared about spreading the good news about global citizenship education, where they could access GCED online courses and what they need to know as global citizens. As a result of this, we ignited actions amongst youth, and youth who participated in the training became actions to take action. So few of them has already started acting and moving, creating their own movements and engaging into peace campaigns, environmental protection activities, and all other activities. As such, this project, we are proud to say, we are taking global citizenship education beyond the reach.
Wow, I feel so inspired right now, Allison. That was so passionate, and it's so nice to see you put it all under 3 minutes. And it's great to see all that effort over the past couple of months just summarized, and it's so impactful. Allison was really interesting to mentor because he was one of those that really had all the answers. It was more of just like a brainstorming session, and and majority of the time that we were chatting or mentoring, it really wasn't a mentorship for him. He really knew he had a direction and he was very visionary about his project. So it was so great to work with him. So I would want to ask you this question, Alison. What was your biggest challenge in implementing this project, and how did you overcome this challenge?
Thank you very much, Mala, for that question. And actually implementing this project, it came at a time when the whole country was facing, when actually some parts of the country, including the area where the project is to be implemented, was facing insurrection, where some citizens took out to the streets to actually rebel against the government. So there was some amount of instability, which forced the government to declare the curfew, actually. And actually, I had my project plans and dates were all in place already. So that was a huge challenge when most of the students are actually left the city for their various places in order to stay there until calm is restored. Well, that was a challenge, but I was so passionate and I had to use different means to get in touch with those students. And I also felt that because global citizenship is about peace education, it's about youth taking actions, I said this was the right time to actually ignite the youth so that we can take action and preach peace that will help put a stop to events like this. So I actually had in touch with different student union leaders. Some of them were actually out of the city. I traveled to meet them, engage, encourage them to come back. Some did. So we moved together, hold different meetings. I also used the radio to actually speak to some of them that the city is actually calm now, that they should come back, and we as youth should start passing on messages to our colleagues youth, because most of these guys that are out there are our age mates. So we had engagement, and the student leaders were also passionate about the idea. Now to reaching out to the general student body, I had to write letter to them as well to consult them. We developed a Google form that will help students that were not in town to be able to register for this project. We printed out flyers. We were actually wondering about the participation. So we printed out flyers, we campaigned, and fortunately, when we sent out the link, we needed only 40 participants, but a lot and lot and lot of youth are interested and willing to be.
Oh, we lost you, Alison. I think the internet bandwidth is a bit low, so we actually lost him. But yeah, I mean, as Alison was saying, one of the greatest challenges that he had was actually provided him the solution to keep going as well. Because one of the main things that he was saying on how to get participants with very challenging timing. However, that timing was the perfect time for him to execute the project. So it's great to see that when he had this initiative and doubts on how he can run the project, he actually, executed it really well. So I will just move on to the next person first until Alison's back. So maybe he can chat with us and share with us a few more answers or additions to that. Sorry. We have our next person, which is Farai Lindsay. So sorry. Yeah. So Lindsay and she's from GCED for Zimbos. She basically introduced Zimbabwean to Zimbabwean youth to GCED. So she is super interesting because we connected in so many different levels. Our mentorship was a lot more than the program. We had so many different ways to like learn about each other. So Lindsay is definitely a friend for life, and I can't wait to share with you her video as well. All right.
Hi everyone, my name is Kundai Breakfast and I am the CEO and owner of Essentialco. And
Just acts her words after a campaign. Justice makes you feel secure about security. She's an artist. She rebuilds from ruins and paints with blue. Hues of peace building are hers.
Young Zimbabweans right now, the business ventures that we are in, the businesses we're running, the ventures that we're partaking in right now are steps towards the bigger Zimbabwe later. And I feel like there's a lot that we can do for our future, and starting long-lasting businesses and enterprises now is a way to get our future to a better place.
Wow. I can't wait for everyone to see her book. It is amazing. Hi, Lindsay. We're back
Hi,
again.
Mala.
Okay, I am so excited to speak to you, so I need to like calm myself for a while. Okay, yeah, so that was a really good, like amazing video. And just want to share with you a few more questions, a bit more about your project and your timeline. So you basically achieved all your targets, and whatever that you set out was extremely successful, I would say, being someone who has worked closely with you. Just where do you see this program going from here in terms of global level? Do you think this could be implemented in other countries, or is this something that you feel that can be utilized in other countries as well? Yeah.
I was quite shocked with how this project turned out and how it exceeded everything and got so much support from so many people in the community that were even reaching out to us before we even reached out to so many people. So that's something that I've definitely been speaking with to you about, and how to move forward. I definitely now see it as something that can definitely go beyond our nation, Zimbabwe, and with what we have been doing here to become a great thing that can also perhaps maybe at a regional level work in African nations and even connect us with other global change makers, so it can become the true meaning of local from a local and global level.
Very well answered. Okay, last question, just the last one. What quality do you think that you had that made you achieve what you did? What was that one quality that stood out?
I think that would have been a perseverance, because it's actually ironic that we exceeded what we had planned because we had more challenges than, well, of course we prepared for challenges, but it was just so much at the time. Sometimes it would put you down. For example, electricity connection and just so many challenges. So I really learned how not to give up. Of course, I had your support and encouragement all the way, but it was just, yeah, that I think perseverance was the quality that really shined through.
That's so great, Lindsay. Thank you so much for all your efforts, all your hard work, and every single thing that you've put into this project. And I really hope the best for you for future programs as well and future initiatives. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mala.
Thank you. All right. So that was Lindsay with her video. She will share with you more things in her socials as well. If you guys have your socials you want to share in the chat, feel free to do so. And then other people can follow you as well. So moving along, we've got Naji. So Naji Mahfoud, his group name would be Design Lab. Basically, he's done a collaboration with educators to create GCED learning modules. So he had a very impressive work as well, work ethics. And yeah, so this is his video. Let's just throw it on.
Hello, this is Naji from India. I'm a social entrepreneur and a learning designer. I was working with youth since 2016, and one of the problems that I got to face while providing capacity development for youth was we had like very less resources that are available on sustainable development goals or even the global citizenship education in our regional language. So we thought of like addressing this issue through one of our initiatives, Design Lab on Global Citizenship Education, which was supported by UNESCO-APCEIU, and we got mentorship from Biji-Biji. So let's see what Design Lab is. Design Lab was organized in multiple phases. So one of its phases was a webinar series, and the next step was for these people to submit an article and a video about their learnings. Once that was done, we had shortlisted 15 candidates for an offline design lab program wherein 15 people came together on creating resources in Malayalam language. Also, these people were given training on facilitation, and these people also were working together to create a session plan on delivering a workshop for school students. And in December and January of 2023, there would be a series of workshops that would be happening in several schools across Kerala, which would be specifically for global citizenship education and developing their leadership capacities. So these workshops would be led by these 15 participants as well. There would be multiple design lab happening in different languages in different states in India in June 2023 as well.
So this is Asif, one of the facilitator of Design Lab program. And there are a lot of issues and challenges out going on there in the world which cannot be solved by an individual or an organization or a country. Collective effort is required to solve all those issues and challenges. This global achievement of this global and local development agendas starts from being an active citizens, and the sustainable development goals and GCED, global citizenship education, equips a learner to become an active citizen. So that's why we Ignite India decided to invite young educators, entrepreneurs, young parents, youth to come together and co-design and co-create learning modules for GCED and SDGs, so that it can be taught, it can be accessible for everyone in Kerala. More than 3.5 crore people can access it to that resources.
That's so impressive. So yeah, one of Naji's challenges were mainly the language barrier as well. As he was going through the program, he basically had translated everything to Malayalam, which is their local language, so that it will be understood better. Every time he sent us a video or a picture of his program and activities, it was just so fun that I felt like I was missing out and I wanted to be part of it. So yeah, he's actually not here right now because he's trying to get online, and so we will move on to the next person first, and if he's back, then we'll get him back for the questions. So yeah, the last person from my session would be Opeyemi, basically from GCED Nigeria. Woo! So he basically ran GCED workshops and trained NYSC. So this was actually a very interesting program. I learned a lot about Nigeria and how they work over there as well. So that was actually very interesting to work together with Opeyemi. So we will start playing his video first, and then after that we'll move along. So we'll try to get Naji if he's able to come online. All right. Once again.
What do you think it takes to change the world? So much money, great leaders, policies, strong institutions, or maybe enough opportunities. I mean, either of these could do. But wait, let's go back to the basics.
All it takes to change the world are active citizens with a global mindset.
In other words, we need citizens who see beyond their borders. We understand the fact that we live in a highly interconnected world, and the problems and challenges we are facing in this world require a global collaboration and a global effort. I am one of the citizens.
I'm one of them. I am one of them.
I am one of them. Probably I am one.
This is where global citizenship education in Nigeria comes in. We seek to raise active local, national, and global citizens who take actions to make the world a better place.
Since July 2022, through series of virtual workshops and physical workshops in Ogun State and Osun State, we've been able to train 15 GCED educator trainers who have influence over at least 25 to 50 students each. Also, during the course of the process, we're able to train 8 students within the ages of 10 to 16 on the importance of global citizenship education. And also, we have a community of over 20 people where we discuss the importance of having global competencies needed for us to change the world. We are just starting, and we hope to do more.
All right, so that is OPM's video. We are still searching for him. However, we will get Naji first. Naji, if you're there, could you turn on your camera? He won't be able to? Oh, okay. Okay, yay, we have you. All right, that's great. Yeah, if you like, you can answer in the chat as well. So I'll just ask you a few questions, just one actually. And yeah, if it's too hard for you, you can like turn off the video and then we can answer it as well, whichever works for you. Okay, Naji? All right. So yeah, so one of the questions would be, what are the recommendations that you have towards young change makers who design global citizenship education for young learners? Are you able to hear our question? I think the internet's a bit lagging. Perhaps I'll post the question in the chat and hopefully we get Naji on to answer it. All right. So is Opayami there? Opayami, we can't reach him too. Okay, all right. So for Naji and Opayami, I'll just post the questions on the chat and later we will answer it and hopefully they'll be able to basically reply as well. Okay. All right. So moving along, I will get Jay to come back and also to share with you a bit more about the program and also other participants as well. Thank you very much.
All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Round 2. So we got 2 more rounds to go. You've heard already from, let's see, just now was 3, then you had 4, so you had about 7 ideas or impact sharing already done. Thank you, Mala, for also hosting with me. Basically, we're just here to talk to y'all, to hear about your story, your journey, and to have a quick discussion as well. So those of you who've got questions, put it up as much as possible. The teams that are here, please try to answer them so we can have a good discussion. Give the chat live, all right? I can see there's a lot of us here, about 120. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to this session. We're just doing a quick sharing on the impact of the GCED program. It was mainly focusing on digital media literacy. So a lot of the ideas of what we were talking about or what we were looking at is about global citizen education. Okay, it talks about the main ideas around the SDGs. If you can see them, if you have not seen them, go check them out. There's 17 SDGs, a lot of it talking about how you do business, how you run your life, how you should think in this global arena. All right. So there's a lot of areas you can look into if something's exciting, because some things you might not have any experience or expertise, or doesn't it's not your passion. So always look into what's your passion, and these are some of the passionate ideas that we are going to have showcased to you today. All right. So now we're going to move on to the next few teams. I see Naji has answered his question, so you guys can read that. In interest of time, we're going to carry on. All right. So next up, I will be having the next groups, which is from adolescent GCED. All right. So let me just share my screen quickly so you can see that as well. Cool. So we have the next session. We have Blessing, Josiah, Pio, Ang Kong, and Miriam, which will be sharing from their side. So we'll get Blessing to be the first one to be coming up on stage or having her video played. She's from Chachi Initiative, creating GCD material for adolescent or children. All right. So let me stop my sharing so my team can put a video for you to watch.
Change a Child initiative is selected as part of the beneficiaries for the UNESCO-APCEIU grant as an aftermath of the Change a Child initiative is selected as part of the beneficiaries for the UNESCO-APCEIU grant as an aftermath of the 8th Youth Leadership Workshop. For this project, we created a children's GCED workbook titled Building Our Ideal Community that explains peace in the community in the simplest of terms. The 4 chapters in our book are diversity, justice and equity, peace and mutual respect, and building our ideal community. With the added mentorship from Merika, we worked to translate this book into 2 other Nigerian languages, Yoruba and Igbo, to make sure a sizable population of Nigerian children can access this work. We have shared e-copies of the book via our social media platforms and visited schools to share the book as a form of increasing children's learning about peace. It is our hope to make peace cool again to the younger generation. We are grateful for the funding received and mentorship opportunity, which has helped us develop the initiative to make for continuity even after this program. Thank Thank you.
Wonderful. It's nice to be part of your class, even though it was just for a clip. I can see the kids were having so much fun. You made them memorize a song. That's a great way for learning. Um, Thank you so much, Blessing. I mean, it's been an honor having you also as part of the team. So here's your question for you. Just wondering, in terms of what you set out to do in this program, did you think you achieved what you wanted to do? And were there any lessons that you could share with us?
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity that I am grateful for. And yes, like Jay has asked, that was I able to achieve what I set out to do? I would say achievement is a complex word. And truthfully, we've been able to move a muscle. That's what I'll say. We've started a movement and we've got from point A to point B. So what we have to do now is continuity. So at the beginning, we had set out to make sure that children were more included when it comes to peace building efforts in the communities, because most times we've seen that most peace building efforts leave out children, younger children from 6 to 12. We tend to say, oh, what do they know? But they actually know a lot. I've come to find out that from this project. So we set out to make sure that they have this knowledge right from their younger years, and then they grow into it even as adults, to make sure that these peace building efforts are sustainable in the community.
Yeah.
And yes, we've moved the muscle. We've been able to move to encourage at least about 300 children so far. And with the help and mentorship in this program, we have now, especially Jay and Ankita, they've helped me to like build like such a massive platform that I know that, oh, from here I can spring forward, going to the next steps in this project. So I am really grateful for that. As for the lessons I learned, first off, I learned so many things, honestly. Most importantly, the fact that children actually see and they actually learn more than we think they do. So um, I have now come to know that even as we are as adults around these children, be the change that you want them to see. So with the examples I gave, you see how fast it was for them to even learn a song. I just taught them that song in few seconds and they were already repeating after me in those few seconds. So they learn very fast. So if we say, oh, peace is very important to the community, and talk about the reasons why, they pick it up just like that. So those are part of the lessons I've learned, how smart children are, and how these peace building efforts are supposed to be from this young age, so that they could grow into it for us to build a more sustainable community. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you so much, Blessing. Yeah, when you're doing these kind of projects, piloting it, you're gonna learn a lot of things. Sometimes don't be afraid to fail. Sometimes you might learn a few things you have to tweak. That's why you need to be a bit flexible. And sometimes some areas, some grants, it's very like specific, so it can be quite daunting or hard to deliver. But always keep an open mind. Sometimes like Thomas Edison, he learned how to make light bulbs so many ways that it doesn't work. Same thing when you're doing a program, some things work, some things don't. Treasure the ones that work, learn from your mistakes as always, and build on what you can do. And seeing the impact again, your numbers, 400 students in that short period of time, that impact is going to be brought to them forever. Like I remember the programs that really impacted me. So these kind of songs and emotions are really important to educate the young, especially. Thank you so much again, Blessing. We are going to the next person. We've got Josiah, who is from GCED Force High School, to integrate the concept of GCED among high school students in Liberia. So we're going to play his video now.
Hello from Liberia. My name is Josiah S. Onasu, and one of the participants of the 8th Youth Leadership Workshop on Global Citizenship Education. So I received a grant from APCEIU, and I was able to implement a project that aimed at introducing the concept of global citizenship education to high school students here in Liberia. From the onset, we wanted to introduce the concept to 10 senior high school, but fortunately for us, we were able to get 7 senior high school participating in our program. And we recruited 6 students per school, summing up to 42 students. And those students were trained and introduced to the concept of global citizenship education with the help of speakers from Liberia and from the diaspora. We were also able to establish what we call the GCED Action Club in 6 senior high schools, and the remaining one, which is St. Teresa Convent, actually integrated the concept into their existing health club on campus. We also established a local platform on Facebook and on WhatsApp, wherein advocates of global citizenship education here in Liberia can meet and plan for future initiatives. It was wonderful working with those students, and it was a pleasing experience. And I want to say a big thank you to my entire team, Matthew, Enes, Daniel. Those guys did extremely well, and we were able to push through. Thank you so much.
All right, so that was on Josiah. So they actually were able to penetrate to about 6 or 16 schools. He mentioned there's quite a lot of schools, but the main idea was to actually start a club, so a society, an organ, where they can talk about this. And I think he's got great success there already. Like he mentioned, they already have implemented some of the modules into their co-curriculum in that area. So that's great. We can't get Josiah right now, probably time difference, but it's great that we got to see his video to see what are the things that he was doing. And with that, we'll move to the next team, right? So next team we have actually is a group. So most everybody here joined individually, but this team had a team that was already initiated in the start. So we have Pio, Aung, and Kau from Shaitio, Myanmar GC4U, all right, introducing and promoting GCD in local youth community. So we have Pio here today, and we will be sharing her video first before we go into the question.
Hi everyone.
All right, Pio, thank you so much. Just to give you all a heads up, so Pio just ran their final activity last week, Saturday. So I guess they were like formulating this video as the couple of days were going by. So that's why I think the information they captured was in this kind of format. Really loved it. Any format is okay. This is going to convey that message. So my question to you is maybe you could share some feedback because your program was also something taking what you learned from UpCU in terms of the GCED program, and you wanted to bring it to your local language as well. So maybe you can share some of the feedback that you got.
Actually, they have when we are organizing self-address information session, we have a consensus because we didn't get a chance. We didn't get much time to organize it, so that's why. We have a concern, but we could see that many young people are interested in the GCD education, and during the virtual information session, they ask a lot of questions, and also some young people give the feedback kind of like that would be great, kind of like that would be great if we can learn the GCED in the school, or that would be great if our book is included in the curriculums of the curriculum in the school. Kind of the feedback we receive. But in reality, we have many restrictions over the activity due to the current situation in Myanmar. So we although we have planned to do many things, we couldn't do many things in reality because of the unexpected condition that might came to us. So we appreciated their feedback, and we take it note down their feedback, their comments, and in addition to that, we thank the feedback fountains, and they are very eager to, like to read the book Currently, the board is in the draft format because of the limited time. And we are trying to add this again and again because on the other hand, we have concerns about the misinterpretations. That's why. So we hopefully we can thank this introduction to GCED in Burmese language ebook to this week, and then we will collect the feedback regarding feedback regarding that book by the end of the November as well. So that's it.
Wonderful. I mean, I feel there's great big partnerships that you can build because I mean everybody wants to do things globally as well. So this is some area for you to tell others, or even finding grants to tell people like, hey, we've done this pilot in this way, and now how can we do it bigger? So it's great to see that there is interest. So all the data that you're collecting now will help you to build your case. So I wish you a best of luck in your journey. Great that you have a team already, like 3 people already in your team that y'all can lead this way.
Thank you, Jay, and also thank you so much to the APCEIU because without supporting that much from you two, I don't think we can do that way. Thank you for that.
Yeah, no matter what the issues, we'll try to work it out. It doesn't matter. There's some way or another you have to either be understanding or just work backwards somehow. So thank you so much, Pio, and your team as well for sharing on your journey. So next up we have Miriam. She couldn't complete her video, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick special share for her since everybody should get a bit of a mention, right? So this is also a quick segue for me to just let you know, stand by for the couple of weeks in a few weeks to come. We're going to be making impact posters for every participant. This is something you guys also could learn. Maybe when you do your own programs, you can do a journey. Maybe in the end of the year or for funding that you worked on. Something like this is better sometimes with a report to accompany your report. Have a nice poster like this. So this just explains to you what she did so you can see clearly. 3-day boot camp, physical, where she developed a module and she conducted workshops where she trained about 50 students. So amazing, impactful, really good story. Maybe she could share another day, or maybe we can go find her as well and see what else she's up to. Right? So this is from Miriam. Later on, I'll show you the others as well. So you can see like this is from the team that just shared. And I'll just show you all this later for you to just digest it as a credits at the end. Right? So now maybe I want to bring up Mala again back to the forefront. She's just down the hall actually. So I'm guessing she's running right now. So we're going to have the next session. Let me share my screen to show you who's going to be presenting. All right. So next up is our another 4 teams, which I'll let Mala to share with y'all. Take it away.
All right, so I was literally running down the hall. So I'm back again, and our next person that we're going to talk about is Abdallah. Abdallah is basically under Sri Uni Library in Education. Basically, it's an educational project for a sustainable approach to exchange books and to promote reading at universities. All right, so here's his video, and we will just share screen in a bit.
Hi there, my name is Abdullah Rifai and I am one of the grantees of the 8th Youth Leadership Workshop on GCED. global citizenship education.
My team and I have done recently a workshop on the domains of GCED. Here you are.
From renewables and a bit of gas. We need 100% wind. In Italy, we need the best 43 girls for the baseload.
As Abdullah discussed about the three domains of GCED, thanks for your participation.
In addition, we have constructed 2 3 libraries at university, one at the economic faculty and another one at the engineering faculty, belonging to the opening event. And installed inside these libraries more than 70 English and Italian books and dealt with many partners.
Okay. All right. So that was a video by Abdullah. Abdullah, are you here? Let's see whether we can locate him. Yes, you are here. Fantastic. Okay,
Thank
so
you, Mara.
yeah, that was a really a nice video. Thank you so much for sharing your initiative and also the outcome of it, Abdullah. I have a very simple question from Emma. What advice would you give future grant holders?
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much, Mala, for presenting my video. Thank you also so much to the mentor, Jay, also to the APCEIU UNESCO for this great initiative, to give me this great collaboration to achieve this project. Actually, since 2015, I used to leading such an initiative, but the biggest challenge for me was I am doing it in a new country in Italy, so it is a different country. Well, one of the, of course, challenges I have been gone through is to develop my Italian language, since I have dealt with many barters, so it's one of the difficulties in communication. So we have done a workshop. We have done also constructed these 2 3 libraries. What motivated me, of course, this after COVID-19 pandemic to reactivate such an initiative and try to solve such problems of self-isolation. And as we have seen, we are looking to make inclusion and diversity in community. So what the advice is going to be is keep learning. Try to achieve your most as you can. Get a degree. Try to make an impact in your community, even if it's a new place, a new city. Try to be the one you are doing this change, as our group named also is Make a Change Pari on Cambiamento. I wouldn't also do this without great collaboration and help from my team members. Thank you so much. And thanks also to the university. So gave me this great collaboration with Biji Initiative. So,
All right. Yeah. Thanks, Abdullah. I really appreciate that. Just another question. Just to, I mean, you worked with so many different people and, so many different, like diversity was your main thing because you worked with different people, right? So was there anything interesting that you found working with people who don't know about these sort of initiatives that you're like, okay, that's something interesting? Or were they people who understood all the initiative you're doing, what you were trying to explain to them? Yeah. Could you share a bit
okay.
more about that? Yeah.
Yes, for sure. I'm happy to share. Actually, first of all, I have reached to this since the reading in all countries, the reading in general will make impacts and will develop the skills in even if it's in personal or a social skills. So, of course, the person who is read more and understand can do this impact. So this is the main thing. And actually, we have used not only this reading, we have started this from a scratch. So we have started the analysis of these problems. Also, we have done the design to make a shop drawings, and this was related to the engineering context to construct these libraries, and also deal with the partners such as cultural center of the city of Ancona, and have got a great collaboration also from libraries at university. So in some forms, we have asked some participants who do not know actually the places for the libraries university, and what we have reached to that we raise the awareness, so they are able to know where is the libraries university's location at university, and instead of trying to put or install, make street libraries that is already created in different countries, but mainly in Australia as a country and a continent. We have make this a new generation, and to put these libraries inside the universities, but outside, so it can be reachable and free to use of books, and also making this discussion point so everyone can also meet colleagues, friends, or anyone who can make a beneficial communication, beneficial discussions about some interesting topics at this meeting points at university. So these three libraries are reachable to all staff, academy, university students. And there are more than 15,000 students at university, part from the staff academy and the other members. So this is actually, we are too much happy that we have created too and made it as well as free and available for usage. And also there were another thing also to raise awareness of sports in education. So from next week, we are starting to make some small activities related to the sports in the city.
Wow, that's so interesting. Thank you so much for your answer and for sharing with us a bit more of your initiative and what you've done and doing as well. And it's great to know that raising awareness would be the first step for people to understand a bit more about what are your initiatives, right? So thank you so much, Abdullah. We really appreciate it. And thank you so much for sharing with us. If anyone else would like to have like any questions, please free to put it up in the chat or on our Facebook Live. All right. So we've got our next up. We've got Emma Osongo. She is basically under legal training on children matters. That's a very interesting topic. educating children and caregivers on children's rights, laws, and procedures. So here is her video for you.
My name is Emma Nebisi Nsongo. Our project was educating children on their legal rights as well as the law, and we involved the caregivers, including the parents, teachers, and physical training for the children and the parents. We also held a training for the trainers. Another thing that we did, we were able to rally the project online through our social media. We had one activity on YouTube whereby we were educating the audience on the Children's Act 2022, and we highlighted the main issues that had been dealt with. On that note, our project was able to reach approximately 150 people, but that was both direct and indirect impact. For direct impact, we reached 40 caregivers and 30 children, as well as 20 trainers. Yes. We also held pro bono cases whereby we represented approximately 10 children who had criminal cases in court. The highlight of this, we were able to help one child get a withdrawal of his case. He was accused of defiling another minor, but through a
All right, just a quick technical, I think because the video quality or the volume is not recorded in a high quality range, maybe you can't hear that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just jumping in straight away so that I can just share you an impact poster. This way you can see a better snapshot of what was her program, what was her activities. So mainly the program that she was running on is about legal training on children matters. So that's the title also on her program, which gives you an idea of what were the ideas that she was going to. A lot of it was video content was created, as well as physical, online, and offline training. So as you can see here, they were able to raise awareness to about 80% of their content to their audience. So this was some of the things that they were able to do. And you can see some of the partners that she's worked with already. So that's great. Partnerships help you to grow bigger. So always look into like-minded people or organizations to bring on board to share in your sessions. So that's a great way to advocate for this. So maybe now we'll just jump into the Q&A. Is Emma there? Cool.
Yes, I'm in.
Hi, Emma. So maybe in a nutshell, maybe you could explain a little bit about the highlight. So one thing that was really amazing that you was doing in your program to share with the audience in your own words.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I'm on the road.
It's okay.
Yes. The main achievement for this event for me was being able to help a child understand how they can go to court, what they are supposed to do in court, and what are the implications of certain laws or certain actions. And particularly, we were able to help a child that had been accused of defiling another minor. And when we were able to talk to the parents, talk to the magistrate, and talk to all the law enforcement, and we were able to have the child, his case to be withdrawn from court. And we are continuing with the same process. We haven't stopped because we have 9 more cases that are ongoing in court. and our pro bono volunteers are working, and that was our main achievement of the whole session. And yes, another achievement I think that we made was training the caregivers and helping them understand how they can help their children as they go through the court processes. Yes. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for that sharing. I mean, even me at this age, I also don't know my civil rights sometimes. One more with kids, I think what you're doing is to not only awaken their understanding, but also their rights. This is exactly, you can see the chat. Everybody is like, wow, the stuff that you're doing, really, really impactful. Doing things pro bono is not easy. And I'm always an advocate for like definitely doing things with a cause, but also you need to also maintain yourself and your team and your well-being as well. So thank you so much for the sharing. I think there's a lot of things we can learn from you as well, and the teams or ideas that are here would like to know more about you. You can please, Emma, maybe just share some contact details for them to get in touch with you. Same goes to everybody.
Thank you so much.
No problem. All right. So next up we have Gabriel. So I'm going to ask Mala to come back, but Gabriel will be sharing surveillance capitalism. Really interesting. He's educating professors and students on local, national, and global issues. So let's play a video.
Hi, hello APCEIU team. He is Gabriel from Brazil, and today I'm here to tell you more about the project that I conducted under your supervision. The project was divided in two phases. The first phase was about a video and a webinar related to surveillance capitalism and how GCED could impact this type of concept and how we could advise our students to better deal with the internet related to surveillance capitalism in the digital sphere, related to social platforms, Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams. So I recorded this video for our Brazilian students, and it reached about 110 views. So I'm very glad about the result, because the forecast and the KPI was to reach around 50 people. So it surpassed our goal. And the second phase of this project was to teach Brazilian students how to build a bill proposal and how they could implement the GCED concepts into this bill proposal. So the KPI was to advise 30 students, and we reached that. I think overall was a successful endeavor related to this project, because the KPI, both of them were met, and I'm so glad to have this opportunity. Thank you.
All right. Can we see if Gabriel is here? If you are, could you turn on your camera? Okay. All right. Yeah. So he is not here currently, so I'll just chat it on the chat later, and hopefully he can answer the question. So that was Gabriel. He initiated with a target of only 50 views, but he did overachieve it, and also he kind of changed his videos to cater to different target audiences, whether they are kids or adults or teenagers. So he actually curated videos that was applicable and easily understood by different age groups. So that was something that he implemented during the project, and he managed to overachieve. So the next up we have Marwa. Marwa basically is involved in legal training on children matters. So that's a very interesting topic as well. She's basically developing an educational curriculum to sharpen adolescent decision-making skills. So wow. So we'll just play her video shortly.
Hello, my name is Marwa Lorgani. I'm from Tunisia. I'm primary school teacher and a master student in training and skill development engineering. My project is called QG2, which aims to integrate and create a critical thinking curriculum for primary schools pupils in rural areas. The project impacted more than 20 teachers and more than 400 pupils in in the south of Tunisia. We help teachers to facilitate their mission in integrating critical thinking during their lesson plans through providing board games for outdoor education, cartoon videos for short stories that targeted critical thinking, and idea of workshops and activity that they may invest during their lesson.
All right, so it's Mara. I'm not too sure if she's here. Yeah, she's not here as well. But just to share with you that she had basically like 20 teachers impacted. They were trained on how to integrate and make use of the critical thinking kit. On top of that, there were 20 questionnaire distribution as well, which were pre-training questionnaires that were given out to teachers. So she had other initiatives, and yeah, so we'll be posting up her impact as well, so you guys can see it too. All right, so that's a wrap for my session. I'll be passing back to Jay, and he will be summarizing. I know we're a bit delayed in time, but Jay will take over from now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Lala and team. Thank you for joining us. We'll try to move along with the session as well. That actually is the final sharing session from our teams. So, as I mentioned, we're just doing a quick wrap up, and big thank yous to everybody for joining us. We had a lot of you over here, from about 100 plus of you guys joining us. So if you have not met us before, we hope to work with you in the future, or to help you in your journey, or to keep in touch. I've already heard so many of you guys in here. Maybe next time you have a program and you need a speaker, or you want an expert. Sometimes you want to not only reach out internally in your local community, you can reach out to all these amazing experts or speakers. And the topics, again, vary, because sometimes you're looking for someone in the education, or someone in legislation or law. So these are the amazing experts, I would say, on their journey, doing more greater things. When I met them from the start to the end, it has been nothing but amazing from my side and from my team. We always love to see how much people are willing to advocate. We are only strong as the numbers that we have. So always look into your partners, your friends. And I know for a fact, if you call APCEIU, the team there also is more than eager to listen to you guys, so you can share your ideas. Please feel free. They probably they run many other programs, so check those out as well. See whether it's possible for you to join again. I've had some people who've come from different organizations from last year. They asked their junior staff to join in. So, you never know. It might be something that would be able to intrigue your interest. It could be something new. It could be something existing that you want to adventure or work on. So this is kind of a Snapchat of all the impact that has been done. We'll be sharing these videos that was made with you guys on another session. I think the team also will be sharing theirs as well in their own personal networks, so you can see the style or the work that has been done. This is just basically me doing credits at the end, you know. There's no bloopers, there's just credits of what just happened. So with that, thank you everybody for joining us. We hope you all have a great evening. And we hope to connect with you guys. If we did not answer your questions, we'll try to. So please address it to whoever. The team will try to address it as well. You can always get in touch with us to connect again with us. So what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna try and stop the live recording. Maybe Mala, you can help me with that, and then we'll be in Zoom so that we can just take a group photo. All right, so let me just wait for.
Group photo now, actually.
Yeah, so everybody can switch on your cameras. Let's take a group photo. It's the final days. Yeah, this is normally where we all sit together, cry a little bit, like, no. Is this the end or is this the beginning? Well, at least, you know, your reports, everything has been, you know, in the complete stage. So we're going to be able to like move on to the next phase and build bigger on these ideas. So, like I mentioned, think of that one area that you think you could monetize or make this into a business. I like to talk a bit about that as well, maybe in the next session when we do our internal closing together, so I can share with you some ideas. So, looking forward to hearing your thoughts. I hear some of y'all have applied for grants, further grants to do this, what you're doing right now, but in a larger scale. So, congratulations. I think Stanley was one, and I think maybe even Tion mentioned like he got something that he's going to go on.
Lindsay too. Sorry.
And what's that?
Lindsay too. Proud.
Oh, Lindsay as well. Wow, 3. Amazing. So, you know, don't think of this as just make this a stepping stone to bigger achievements. All right. Let's take a group photo.
Okay, I'm going to take it because I wasn't sure who was taking it. So, all right. So
it's done.
1, 2, 3. Okay, let's take another one.
Krista.
Okay, all right. Okay, 1.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us from all over the world. This is the real GCED. Boom. Yes, so keep in touch. We'll be wrapping things in just the minor things that we need to just close up with in terms of the program. But I think everybody did well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everybody from Yoon Kim to Suk Yung, Ji Hong from the APCIU team, and also from Biji-Biji, the mentors, Ankita, Mala. I also have Tim, Diana, and Gurpreet, our project manager. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Y'all have a good day. See ya. Bye-bye.
Recording stopped.
Yeah. All right, that's a wrap.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you for the
Well
amazing
done.
coordination. Well done, everyone. Have a good day. Have a good day.
Yeah. A lot. Yeah, we definitely Facebook. Yeah, I mean, it was a long one. I thought it'll go 10 minutes more, but just another 15. It's okay. All right. So take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Yeah.
Have a good one, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Now can end, right? Okay. No, I just.
Oh, let's try.
It's a lot of yeah.
Goodbye, everybody. If you're new, welcome to the new family, and hopefully we'll see you in other programs and Keep in touch. Ciao.
Second